Hello everyone, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Demon Souls. When we last left off, we had finished the level 1s of all 5 Archstones. And with that, we can just dive in head first to Area 2 of Boletaria. Touch Archstone of the Covetous King. The Lord's Path. Archstone of the Phalanx Demon. Past the huge gates of Boletarian Palace lies what is now a feeding ground for dragons. The cliff pathway, which leads to Inner Ward, where knights make their abode. One of the many things I appreciate about this remake is how they gave those little descriptors for these archstones and also renamed them. As in the PS3 version, this one was just still called the Phalanx Archstone. Off camera, I mostly upgrade some weapons, namely my Morning Star and my Crescent Falchion and my Compound Longbow, which will be coming in handy soon, specifically for this level. And since this is where the Phalanx was, of course its little spawn minions would be around its general area. Persisting on without their leader. And down here we have Ostrava.
Hello? You, yonder. Over here. It's me, Ostrava. Look at me. Again, fenced in by enemies. Could you assist me one last time? Clear out the soldiers blocking this passage, if it please you. The Lord's Path, just over there, is now a feeding ground for dragons. Have your wits about you.
And he is not joking at all. As you see, charred corpses and Red Boy is back. So, run as fast as you can. And Red Boy will continue to harass me all the way there, all the way across this long pathway, unless I take care of him. Got a lot of the volume stuff muted down a bit because the screeching on him is loud. Now, you can stand about right around there, probably right where those flames are. I think this is an old level of detail trick that they kept in just for the sake of being faithful. But if you go walk down there, that fire is not going to be constant. But you stand right about where my reticle is and have a weapon with a good overhead swing with plenty of reach. You can hit him as he's doing this little flyby. Otherwise, around here is a perfect spot to nail him with bow and arrow or magic. Not so much crossbow bolts because you can't aim them manually at all. And this is exactly why I brought a ton of arrows and upgrade my longbow. And to spare you all the several minutes it's going to take where I just sit here and fire at the dragon, I am going to cut forward here in a minute so that I'll see you on the other side of this edit. The Crimson Drake died on the way back to his home planet. Anywho, let's see the scale. Soul. Small-scaled flame demon soul. The soul of the Crimson Drake demon, a source of great power. Like all major souls in this game, generic text, unfortunately. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna quit this, switch over to the Morning Star. Oh, nope. And send some of this stuff back. Don't need it all weighing me down if I'm not gonna use it. Wait, did I? No, wait, okay, it's sent. For some reason I thought I dropped it. Anything else we're sending? Might as well send these, boss souls. Alright. And down this way. Actually, I'm gonna clear out the other way first. It's, more dangerous. While I did upgrade more weapons, I'm mostly gonna be sticking with the old reliable straight sword here. This thing carries you through the whole game if you upgrade it. A detail I failed to mention last time is that these war dogs here have these neat little muzzles on them with the 4 blades sticking out. It's nowhere, and the little helmet thing that's part of it. It's really neat looking. It's just an extra small detail so that they're not fully generic dogs. They were a lot like that in the original PS3 version as well. Get one while they're alive. There we go. Nowhere near as gnarly as the hounds in the Hemwick Charnel Lane from Bloodborne, but still not something you want to be attacked with. It also shows that these dogs were definitely bred for attacking during war and other skirmishes. We're told to watch out for shields, however. Just a nice small little detail that helps the world feel more lived in. And of course, excuse me, we finish the first level of Boletaria, the Dragling Merchant moves here.
Ah, we meet again. Fancy that. Hope you find something that suits you. It is the end of Great Boletaria as we know it. But hell, at least the demons don't send us to our deaths in battle. The big lizard thingy. The king led it back to us, along with those wretched demons. That monster leaves a trail of charred carcasses, which is great for business, of course. But unless you're a scavenger like me, you'd better stay clear.
He gains a couple things, such as... I believe this is new. Hold on. Wrong button. Broadsword, a straight sword with a broad blade, designed for slashing. Claymore. I really like this weapon in my original playthrough on PS3. Maybe I'll buy it for this, but I don't know. But this is a very large sword. Similar to a straight sword, it is a versatile weapon, but its weight means it usually requires the use of both hands. Over here, buy a couple of these, just because.
Thanks for that.
Because I like you. Now, let me fix that brightness. So it's back to normal. Alright. I like this little vista here. You can see a little more of Boletaria. This huge river down there. This sort of like border wall. I don't think this is in like, say, the actual edge of Boletaria. I just think that those walls are mostly for keeping out invaders and such. And since this is a castle town, that they need to protect it as much as possible. Of course, it didn't do much good against the colorless fog brought on by King Alant, but I'm sure against any more natural enemies it would have fared far better. I mean, all things considered, the people who didn't go crazy and who did put up a fight probably had a good scrap and didn't go down like nothing. Gash resistance ring. Soft ring bearing a bright red seal. Increases resistance to bleeding. Crafted by Gary, known for his magic handicrafts and close acquaintance with Sage Frick the Visionary, the seal depicts a gash. Blue-Eyed Knight Cuirass. The cuirass of the Boletaria Knights is emblazoned with the image of the sun as proof of their commission from the king. So, pretty much the same description as the Red-Eyed Knight one that came with the deluxe edition, but if you think about it, it's more like the other way around.
Thank you. That's twice now. Time to forge ahead. This is a token of my gratitude. Please accept it.
darkening grass times 3.
This is bad. Not a single person left. Why on earth? How did this happen, noble father?
Now, this is one of those weird, and I know I drone on about this a lot, but one of the weird comments I see for, or complaints about the remake is, since they had to replace the voice actor, as for whatever reason, the original for Ostrava did not return. Either they wasn't interested in acting anymore, or who knows what. But this new voice, they say, oh, it sounds less noble and less stuck up, and more humble than it should, and it's not quite right. But it's like, I went back and listened to all of his dialogue on the PS3 version on YouTube, and this new voice is pretty similar. Not quite the same, but it still carries the same general tone. And the dialogue, of course, is 100% the same. And I'm struggling to figure out where someone may have came up with that criticism, because he is, I mean, you've heard all of his dialogue at this point, possible, but he's a humble guy. He's not, I mean, he may be pretty from a pretty rich and noble background, but he's he's very kind, at least from what we can tell, and he doesn't treat you or anyone else with any sort of ire or disrespect, or as if he deserves for you to treat him better. I mean, well, when he was just trapped a few minutes ago behind that gate, he's like, help me out if it pleases you. He's not demanding, he's not acting like you owe it to him, or it's your duty to do it because he's royalty or anything like that. But he's like, hey, if you don't mind, if you can give me a second, and I know you're good with it, can you please help me? Like, he's not being a jerk about any of it. Heavy arrow and compound short bow. Compound short bow. Small composite bow, fortified with materials other than wood, requiring additional strength to wield properly. Spike shield. A shield with numerous spikes on the face. Intended for attacking, the spikes can pierce the enemy. A rare weapon that sees little use in actual combat. So now that the Crimson Drake is gone, I don't have to worry about being scorched to death while walking along these pathways. But on the flip side, all the enemies are not being burnt to a crisp right now. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. Though killing the dragon essentially is the quote-unquote shortcut for this level, as you don't have to wait on its making its passes anymore. Switching to the Morning Star, because it does a lot better damage against armored enemies such as these blue-eyed knights. I like that a two-handed backstab animation for hammer weapons has that that one last slow attack. Hardstone chunk, large hardstone shard. Excellent. Use those to help keep upgrading this to its fullest extent. Lots of good items up here. Check the other door. Nope. Alright. On to the boss. Giant boss, surrounded by enemies targeting you from ramparts with the distance weapons. Gee, this feels familiar. Doesn't it? Meet the inspiration for the One Reborn. Oh, now you can go up the stairs and kill them if you wish. I'm gonna see if I can do it without. Oh, I have to get a second to collect myself first. Now there's a trophy for not killing any of the soldiers. Oh, forgot I gotta break both ankles. Hopefully I can reach the head. And like that, it's super easy. Ta-da! Iron Demon Soul. Now, I was a little slower this time, obviously, because I was talking and taking a minute to heal and all that, but, when this, remake first came out, I was so, overpowered with how I was handling this, playthrough, and, on Twitter, from last year, I have a post of me, going into this boss fight, and it's less than 2 minutes long. I break his ankles and smash his head in. I mean, it didn't take a whole lot longer this time, but still, it's still very satisfying. Much like there being a trophy in this remake for killing that Tower Knight without killing any of the archers first, there's also one for the Adjudicator boss fight from the Shrine of Storms only by killing him without knocking him over, which requires you to kill the bird on top of its head with magic or a bow and arrow. And that's exactly what I used in that particular playthrough as well, just to get that trophy. A thick colorless fog holds you back. Only those who have slain an archdemon may pass beyond this point. Alright, back to the Nexus. Anything new for us, crestfallen warrior?
You. Have you seen my corporeal flesh? Has my body gone rotten? I'm sorry. Please, leave me alone. Ah, who are you? I don't remember anything. Ah, who are you? I don't remember anything.
He's feeling so defeated and hopeless, he's starting to become a little bit like the soulless ones, the Dreglings and all the other enemies.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the deep soul of the mind,
let's see.
key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
What is best to
So the world
upgrade
might be
here?
mended.
Let's go with endurance. Pump that up a little bit.
I keep the candles lit and so. Art thou? May thy strength.
Alright, let's
I can
upgrade the
forge
sword.
weapons for you for a fair price.
If I can. I'm missing one large hardstone shard.
No, interesting. I can tell you're not going to last.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings, don't you worry. Saints, sages, and all manner of this, I too must contribute how I can, for we are indebted to our honourable defenders.
Let's see. Keep the heals. Send these away. Don't need them for now.
You have a heart of gold.
Okay. Before we hit Stonefang Tunnel again, there's some items I do want to grab from back in 1-1. The guy that always hides behind here always drops a firebomb. So if you're having trouble on the first level, you can always just kill him many times as you want and get a ton of those. We are heading back to the original bridge, in which that Crimson Drake, oh nice, was pestering us. Oh, crud, I forgot the suicide. Back at the Nexus. Let's do that real quick. I believe this world is in pure white tendency. Let's take a look. Yes, it is. As now, 3 bosses are dead, as the dragon technically counts as a boss due to its unique soul. And to avoid screwing that up, let's oh. And we just gained 735 because the crestfallen warrior has ended himself. He seems to have not been able to take in your success very well. Someone who seemed to have liked his feeling of hopelessness. And seeing you actually go out there and doing what he kept saying was impossible. He couldn't handle it. Go grab those souls and head back to Boletaria.